Are you a man over 40 who feels trapped by porn addiction? Have you ever wondered if there's a way out? Today, I will reveal to you how thousands of men like you have found freedom and regained control of their lives. But before we get started, let me ask you, have you noticed that porn is interfering with your relationships, your job, or even your self-esteem? If so, this video is for you. First, let's understand what porn addiction is. Although it is not officially recognized as a mental disorder in manuals such as the DSM-5, numerous scientific studies suggest that excessive pornography consumption can lead to behaviors similar to those of substance addictions. A recent study published in the National Center for Biotechnology Information found that pornography consumption is linked to compulsive sexual behaviors and can serve as a coping mechanism for stress, anxiety, and depression. However, this use can also lead to feelings of guilt and internal conflict, especially when it interferes with daily life and relationships. In addition, regular exposure to pornography can influence sexual development and attitudes, forming unrealistic expectations about sex and gender roles, which can negatively affect real relationships and sexual satisfaction. So, while not everyone who watches porn develops an addiction, for some, especially those who use it as their primary coping mechanism or who find it difficult to control, it can become a significant problem. Do you identify with this? If you feel like your porn consumption is out of control, it's time to pay attention. Effects of porn addiction. Now, let's talk about the effects of porn addiction, especially for men over 40. As we age, our brains and bodies change, and addictions can manifest differently. For men this age, porn addiction can aggravate feelings of isolation and loneliness, which are already common at this stage of life. Studies show that excessive porn use can lead to decreased sexual satisfaction in real relationships. Many men find that they prefer the fantastical world of porn over intimate connections with their partners, which can lead to tension or even breakups in relationships. In addition, the constant stimulation of porn can desensitize the brain's reward system, making it more difficult to feel pleasure in other activities. This creates a vicious cycle where more extreme content is needed to achieve the same satisfaction, which can lead to more severe forms of addiction. Mental health is also significantly affected. Research indicates that people with problematic porn use often experience higher levels of anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem. For men over 40 who might already be dealing with midlife crises or other stressors, this can aggravate existing mental health issues. And let's not forget the physical aspect. Excessive masturbation, often associated with porn addiction, can lead to sexual dysfunctions such as erectile dysfunction or decreased libido, which further affects self-esteem and relationships. Have you experienced any of these symptoms? If you feel like porn is controlling your life, you're not alone. Real testimony. Juan's story. Let me share with you the story of Juan, name changed for privacy, a 71-year-old man who has struggled with porn addiction for more than 58 years. His journey began when he was just 6 years old in 1953, when his father brought home the first issue of Playboy magazine. From that moment on, he was hooked. By the time he got to college, his addiction was serious, consuming hours of his time. She married at age 23, but her addiction persisted, putting strain on her marriage. For 40 years, he struggled, attending counseling and community meetings, but occasional relapses kept him trapped. Finally, after their last child got married, his wife decided that she could no longer tolerate the situation and filed for divorce. 2 years ago, Juan decided to move from his hometown in search of a fresh start. Since then, he attends recovery meetings almost every week and has an accountability partner to help him stay away from internet porn. Despite these efforts, Juan still struggles every day with his addiction. However, she has found some support through programs like Fortify, which offer resources and community for those struggling with porn addiction. Juan's story shows that porn addiction can be a lifelong battle, but it also proves that with persistence and the right support, recovery is possible, even for those who have struggled for decades. If John can take steps toward recovery, so can you. Solutions and support. If you're struggling with porn addiction, I want you to know that you're not alone and that help is available. Here are some steps you can take. Seek professional help. Therapists and addiction counselors can offer personalized treatment plans. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, and other forms of psychotherapy have been shown to be effective in treating compulsive sexual behaviors. Join support groups such as Sex Addicts Anonymous, SAA, Sexaholics Anonymous, SA, and NoFap offer community support and shared experiences, which can be invaluable in the recovery process. Use accountability software. Programs like Fortify or Covenant Eyes can help you monitor and block access to pornographic content, providing an extra layer of accountability. Develop healthy coping mechanisms. Find alternative ways to manage stress and negative emotions, such as exercise, hobbies, or spending time with loved ones. Set clear limits. Set strict limits on your internet usage and stick to them. This could include using website blockers or setting specific times for internet use. Educate yourself. Understanding the science behind addiction can empower you to make informed decisions about your recovery. Remember, recovery is a journey, and it's okay to take it one day at a time. Don't be discouraged by relapses. Instead, use them as opportunities to learn and strengthen your resolve. Are you ready to take the first step toward an addiction-free life? If this video has resonated with you, I invite you to like, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel for more content on men's mental health. Your support helps us reach more men who might be struggling in silence. Also, if you have questions or want to share your own story, feel free to leave it in the comments below. Together, we can break the stigma and support each other on the road to recovery. Thanks for watching, and remember, you are not alone in this struggle. Not alone in